standard. Now, experts argue that clinical trials are important in helping discover new medicines to diagnose, treat, manage, or prevent diseases affecting human beings. In the following report, our health and science reporter Gloria Milimu looks at how clinical trials in Kenya could move the needle in cancer treatment.
Cancer remains a significant public health challenge globally.
Carry on with the treatment.
Here in Kenya, treatment of the non-communicable disease is slowly witnessing remarkable breakthroughs that are driven by cutting-edge research. This woman, whom we shall call Olivia to protect her identity, is one of the 40 participants enrolled in an ongoing clinical trial at the Aga Khan University Hospital's Clinical Research Unit in Nairobi. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2023. Experts say some of the newest, most innovative cancer treatments are available only through clinical trials. And now, patients like Olivia are helping contribute to science through their participation, which is critical in bringing new and potentially life-saving medicines for patients.
For me, it was a no-brainer, given that there's an option of being part of a trial that's going to support other women, help other women, and heal me eventually.
The 50-year-old patient was enrolled in the clinical trials in June 2023. Although such clinical trials may seem intimidating at first, scientists and researchers say they represent hope for those currently diagnosed with cancer.
When I got infused the first time, of course, there's a lot of anxiety. With all of that, you're wondering what's going to happen.
Professor Mansour Saleh, who heads the clinical research unit that has conducted at least 16 clinical trials involving over 300 patients, says such clinical trials are fundamental in the production of therapies that respond better to the genetic and phenotypic specifications of African populations.
So our claim to say why we need to do clinical trials in Africa on Africans is because they may work differently as opposed to us accepting results from the West.
When it comes to eligibility, not all patients who present with the disease are eligible for the trials.
If the patient has been treated before, cannot be eligible for the frontline cancer, they're eligible for the second-line cancer. Then their blood tests have to be within a certain range.
Clinical trials have at least 4 phases. Experts say trials of these phases monitor for safety and adverse events. Scaling up trials in Africa is considered to be critical in strengthening healthcare interventions and improving access to life-saving medicines and vaccines. However, experts reckon that of the 736 clinical trials conducted in Africa, only 26% are cancer-related. The interesting bit is that only 6% of these trials were conducted in countries with predominantly Black patients. Factors such as lack of established clinical trial units with trained personnel, willingness to take part in trials, prolonged and often replicative regulatory processes, among other barriers, hamper clinical trials in the continent. Overall, clinical trials are fundamental for global health security. They are the heartbeat for all medical advances, and therefore, taking part in them when required offers hope for further treatment options for persons diagnosed with serious medical conditions. Gloria Milimu, KTN.
Time for break. When we come back, outrage over construction of business stalls at